Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's concert. My name is Dr. Jerome Green. I'm privileged to be the principal of Park Junior High School. It is on behalf of Park Junior High and all of district number students that I'd like to thank you for being here to support our young musicians. The beginning band and orchestra programs are one of the first opportunities for our future Park Patriots to all be together in this one group. If you never had a chance to visit us before, we would welcome you to that park. This evening, tonight, you will also hear our very own Park Junior High jazz band. I'm always amazed at how much the kids learn in a short amount of time. The progression from beginning level to 7th grade to 8th is really amazing. I personally made sure to wear my primavera and my candle in celebration of the hot Latin number you're going to hear, and they did such a good job. Parents, please know that your encouragement and your involvement make a tremendous difference in their musical growth and in their confidence. Students would not be here tonight without all the behind the scenes that you put into this. Anyone who has had a drive to the music store for an emergency box of reeds knows exactly what we're talking about. Before we begin, we would ask that you would please take a moment to silence the phone. Thank you for doing that, and any other electronic device, so that everyone can truly enjoy the performance without distraction. Again, it's my privilege to thank you again for being here this evening, whether it's through live stream at home or you're in person. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the performance. Thank you for all your efforts. We look forward to the performance. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Nancy Flanagan, and I'm with Jason Lyons. We'll once again welcome you to tonight's concert. The students, as you all know, seated behind me, are first-year players. The last time they were in this room, I think they were testing them out, buzzing their lips for the first time and moving the slide around and hitting on the marimba, the xylophone, and let's see, I think we calculated it out. Since that time, they've had 12 group lessons, have put in hours of practice at home, and have come here to Park on Wednesdays 7 times to meet as a full band in order to prepare for tonight's concert. Their musical journey has brought them here tonight, and they can't wait to show you what they've accomplished. In that time, they've learned 5 notes, or some moving on to our 6th and 7th note, how to read them, how to finger them, and play them. See, you get to be my age, and it seems like it just moves in the best. Anyway, so how to read them, how to figure them, how to play them on the right pitch, and with good posture. We're going to demonstrate when you hear them practicing at home. I'm hopeful that they do practice the long tones. The long tones are kind of like the Pilates of wind playing. Of course, except our percussion accepted. But that's when we develop like good tone. They don't have to worry about fingering and tonguing and note rhythms and everything. It's just, am I playing with a good sound? So we start every rehearsal with breathing. We do our long tones as a group, and they're going to demonstrate these first 5 notes in our warm-up rhythm. And with this system, kids should develop those skills to look at any new song that they ever see and be successful playing it. This includes, we count, clap, and tap our rhythms, including the rests. We say the note names and do fingerings or slide positions or air stick, just to get the idea, making sure, like, reinforcing, reading those note names. And that one is always, or that line is always a D, just so they becomes automatic. And then we also sizzle the rhythm, so they get the idea of like pulsing and tonguing and breathing and all those aspects that go into our wind players. And all the percussion, they work their own magic back there. So we're going to demonstrate really quick, and then we're going to invite Mr. Lyons onto the stage. We'll warm them up for you, Mr. Lyons. So this is our, we're going to demonstrating, again, the counting, clapping, tapping, saying the names and moving fingerings, and then sizzling.
Good evening, my name is Jason Lyons, and as usually is the case, Mrs. Flanagan does all the hard work, and then I get to come out here and stand and reap the benefits. So now we will play Bob the Frog with the Top Hat. This one features our percussion section. Every year we come up with a new title for this one, because in the book it's labeled Essential Elements of Whiz. And Whiz is no fun. So we rename it every year, and Bob, for some reason, always makes an appearance. So here we are with Bob the Frog with the Top Hat. Our percussion section will get a chance to shine on this one. The format of our weekly lessons kind of is the same, and it builds from week after week. So during the week, we teach them new material. They practice that material all week and using the system that we go over with the kids. And then the next lesson comes, and that's their chance to perform or to demonstrate everything that they've been working on for the week, and to show us what they've accomplished through the week. It also gives us a chance to help make corrections, and then we add new things. We teach them new skills and rinse and repeat. And hopefully by now your children have developed a practice schedule or a practice regimen that works for you. And all the systems and all the different regimens that you can come up with are all unique to the different children. My students, or my children at home, they always responded well to no electronics until the practicing was done. So that worked out for us. But maybe you have another system that works well for you. One of the things that we do find is the most successful is that if you set a schedule that at this time on this day we practice, we do our instruments, that seems to work the best. So I would highly encourage you all to set up a practice schedule that you can stick with at home. All right, rolling right along to our next one. Our next one is entitled Rolling Along. Some of you may know it by a different title. And this one will feature our French horn section and our saxophone section. So here is Rolling Along. One of the questions that Mrs. Flanagan and I get very frequently are questions that sound sort of like this. How far in the lesson book should my child be, or how can I tell how they're doing? And with a few exceptions, most students should be comfortable playing everything in their lesson book up to and including about line number 25, although our grand finale will be a little bit further than that. But line 25 is a good benchmark for all the students to be at right about now. And if that is going really well for you, that's great. We hope that you really stick with it and keep up the good work. But maybe you feel like your child is having difficulty getting started or keeping going, and that's fine. Reach out to us and let us know, and we'll be happy to help. And we do realize that some families may decide to discontinue after the first trial period of the year gets finished, and that would be okay too. We just ask that you let us know beforehand, so that maybe we can work something out or encourage you to continue. So that's one of the questions that we often get. Our next tune that we're going to be playing for you features our tuba, our euphoniums, and our trombones. And this is affectionately known as our low brass section. And our low brass section, especially as the students get older, really is responsible for making the deep sounds that the band is really well known for. So we're going to go ahead and feature our low brass section on a tune we like to call The Half Counts. Moving right along, our next tune that we're going to play for you features our flutes and our oboes. They very often get combined combined into one section, which we like to call the Flowos. So we're going to go ahead and feature the Flowos playing on, cross, lines. Hope you enjoy it.
Just an idea, a little bit more about just the at-home practice. Weeks are going to be different as far as availability for practicing, but we have found over our many years of doing this, chunking it out into more, 4 to 5 days, 10, 15 minutes a day is much, much, much more effective than saving it all for one night to get all your 40 minutes in on one night and then not getting to your instrument the rest of the week. And just like I said, it's just like Pilates. It is constant contact with your instrument, you're developing muscles, you're developing ears, you're developing note reading, and again, there are going to be weeks where there's less time to do that, but really just that little bit of a time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, serves much better over a course of 4 days than that 1 day a week. And of course, we always like to talk about posture. These chairs up here that we use, they're kind of nice, they're made for musicians. You just want to, when they're practicing at home, you want to make sure they're sitting a public service announcement for our band orchestra booster group, PEMA, Parents Instrumental Music Association. They have been a part of this community. We did kind of a deep dive into some of the annals. Since around the 1940s, there has been a band orchestra instrumental booster group in our district. I can attest it's been here since the 70s when I was going to school at Park. So it's been around. They do amazing things. It's a board of volunteers, as you know, as every sort of PTC group is. I think you probably saw some information in the lobby as you were coming out. We hope you will also enjoy the bake sale afterwards that they organize for each of our concerts. They raise funds for just various things during the year, scholarships for students, for summer band lessons, for summer band camps, for activities. They're kind of all over all the time. And if you have any questions, there is about, you're looking, I know, for example. Yes. Hello, Mrs. Mercado. I'm sorry. How can I miss Mrs. Mercado?
Representing Congress Park, and Ms. Flanagan kind of just gave a really good overview of what we do. But we want to thank you all for your contributions to PEMA, whether that's you made bake sale items, brought some, you do the buyout button, we sincerely appreciate it, as Ms. Flanagan said. We are here to support their music program for both band and orchestra through the cool social events that we've had already flying high. We're going to have Fleetwood roller rink, we're going to Enchanted Castle. Those are the things the kids all love. So there are field trips that we also support as well. So we would really appreciate it if you continue to support. We have 2 fundraisers happening now. The Poinsettia Sale. We have a QR code out in the lobby, but we also have been sending out emails every week, so you can get that information there. And we also are doing an Ink Your Wear sale, which is an amazing opportunity to buy some Christmas gifts potentially, hoodies, sweatpants, hats, everything representing PEMA. We are looking for 4 current board members. So it's a really low commitment. We only meet 4 times a year. We need a Forest Road rep and a Ogden rep. You would just communicate with us via the PTCs. We also need a co-president and a co-fundraiser. So if any of you are interested in doing any of these, we would love to talk to you either out in the lobby or at the bake sale. And as Ms. Flanagan said, right after we have a bake sale, it is donate whatever you would like. The more money you want to give us, the better. But we will have that right in the cafeteria. So thank you again for all of your support.
In addition to the fundraiser, the Spiritware fundraiser, we've already seen a number of our young musicians with their Spiritware T-shirts. These are T-shirts that are sold by Ink Your Wear, a local company, at cost for every band and orchestra member grades 5 through 8 in our district. Gets the Spiritware. They will ship it to your house. We will pick it up, and it's really cool to have the day of the concert, wear your Spiritware, or when the students, these guys are going to do a performance at the elementary school, at their own elementary school in the spring, and they will be wearing their Spiritware T-shirts. And it's kind of neat, I think, for the younger kids, if they see they're out in downtown in the range or whatever, and they see a Spiritware T-shirt, Additionally, if you are renting from PM Music, might be a nice time to, if you're thinking of stocking stuffers, they have a nice little gift guide. But on a practical side of things, our clarinet players, our reed players, our clarinet, saxophones, oboes, if they're running low on reeds, you might want to we'll take a check, or we'll just do a check in lessons, or trumpet players are running low on valve oil. This is a nice time to just get those funds in. They come to park twice a week. Wednesday morning rehearsals will continue for the rest of the year. Students are moving to the end of our first lesson schedule. You'll notice it ends in either November or December. The lessons go all the way to the end of the year, just ran out of room on the paper. So we'll get them new schedules as they run out. We will go now on to March Steps, which will feature our clarinet section. I just wanted to give, it's a big group up here, and it's always a big group, but this beginning band is one of the most students that we've had in a long time. We had almost 100 students who started the year, and almost all of them are still with us. It is to get the idea that they are all playing together is a testament to their work and commitment to the program, and we surely hope to see many of them, all of them, stick with it. I will say, this is just one of those things to put, and I've been sort of mentioning in the rehearsal, in a group this size, our one horn player could sure use some help back there. We have 100 almost 100 kids in the band, and Owen is the only one playing French horns. So we only have one tuba player too, but he sounds like four back there. And we're going to have two more doing. It's great. So anyway, we'll be having conversations. Horn, I will say, it's we need a really good ear to play horn, and if we have any of our trumpet players who want to try French horn, it's very relatable to French horn. We'll continue to talk about that in lessons. All right. Our next song is called Listen to Our Sections, and it is, each of the sections gets to play a little bit by themselves. With your movements, the brass, and the percussion. Announce the last two songs. It'll be Lightly Road, which is one of the two longer songs that we play, and then we play Jingle Bells. When we are done with their portion of the band, we're going to send them off to the audience members for our jazz band. We'll let them know the lines in the jazz band. Come back up here. Thank you so much for sharing your students with us, and hope you enjoy the last two songs.
It's shaping up to be another fine year. We're very excited about all the students we have in front of you. One of my favorite things about sharing this concert with the beginning band is you get to hear how they sound after just about 9 weeks or so, and then in just about 4 more years, they'll be sounding like this. The amount of musical growth is tremendous. It's a real testament to how hard they work, how hard you work getting them to the practice, getting them to practice at home, and everything that goes with it. So we're very fortunate to have the kind of caliber of students that we have. That first tune that you heard was called Blues by Five, written by Greg Garland, who is a well-known jazz pianist and composer, very well known for playing along with Miles Davis, who was one of the ones who made that tune very popular. It featured a couple of improv soloists. They weren't reading music. They knew the scale they wanted. They had an idea in their head, and they just sort of went with it. So our first soloist was by Luka Kisic, a tenor saxophone. Was Andy Echo on trumpet. And then Ben Posey on the electric guitar. I will also point out that Luca and Maddie just played their very first improv solo for an audience today. So let's give them an extra. The next tune that we're going to play for you this evening is Mr. Green's favorite one, El Gato Gordo, the one that he wore his outfit for today. So it is entitled El Gato Gordo, which translates into the Fat Cat. We have a couple of solos in this Latin jazz number. Our soloists are Kevin Berry on the trumpet, and then Abby David also making her debut. tune to play for you this evening, and then we'll go ahead and turn it over to what many students are waiting for the most, the bake sale. So give the students just a moment to clear the stage, and then plan on meeting your children for the bake sale. Students, go upstairs and get your instruments and things like that. On behalf of Mrs. Flanagan and myself, thank you very much for attending this evening's performance. Hopefully you got to enjoy the fruits of all the hard work that the students have been putting in, and we look forward to seeing you at another concert real soon. The next tune and our final tune will be Kansas City, and it has another solo by Abby David, and then making a soloist debut, we have Salome on the flute. And yet another soloist debut, Grandpa Delta on the trumpet. So hope you enjoy the